are going to be on that flight. I warn you, we are going to be on that flight because we were told by your own people that we were okay. So you take responsibility and you get us on the flight.
There are many reasons why a seemingly irrational customer can escalate their emotions to anger, rage, and sometimes hostility. In this episode, I want to talk about 3 of the common reasons that we sometimes transition from minor discomfort to rage, apart from some of the in-house reasons such as poor customer service and system failures. Now, I want you to imagine that you have a funeral to get to tomorrow in another state or even a country, and you have diligently organized yourself to get an early morning flight to leave you plenty of time to arrive at your destination, hire a car, and settle into your hotel room with enough time to make it to the service. From the get-go, hearing of the passing of a friend is traumatic enough, so the EBA, the emotional bank account, is nearing full. Now, your flight is at 6 a.m. and the airport is 45 minutes away. At 3 a.m., the alarm wakes you and a slow series of events starts filling up the EBA. But each event on its own wouldn't have the same anxiety level. The first event that happens after you wake is you want to make yourself a beautiful brew of coffee, but you found out you've run out of milk, so now you have to have black coffee. But in your mind, you know that the airport has plenty of specialized coffee. No big deal. You're all packed, your bags are in your hand, you pat your poodle goodbye, you jump into your car, and you notice that you have less than a quarter left in fuel. But your experience tells you that you're good to go for the trip. On your way to the airport, you notice the traffic is a bit heavy. Sun is beginning to rise, and you hear on the radio that there is heavy congestion on the airport road, but you still have plenty of time. You finally get to the airport car park with about 50 minutes to spare, so you still have 20 minutes before the gate closes. After 10 minutes looking for a car park, your car parking angel finally gifted you with one right in front of the elevator. No stress, you still have 10 minutes. So you run to the check-in counter like an unregistered dog and check in with 2 minutes to spare. That was close. You and the 180 other passengers are waiting outside the boarding gate, and the terminal board reads delayed due to poor weather. And there is an announcement made apologizing for the inconvenience. You quickly check the Bureau of Meteorology's app and it looks bad. And then the unthinkable. All scheduled flights for today have been cancelled.
Okay, passengers travelling to Barcelona, there are no more seats until the 1st of January.
Now, if it was a meeting that you had to attend, visiting the kids or your parents, or even attending a stage show in another state or country, no big deal. They'll just refund you. All low ball emotions. But this is a funeral. She was my best friend. This is outrageous. It is time to go full caps lock. That was a bit dramatic. When a customer's expectations are not met, especially if they feel that they were promised something or if there was a miscommunication, it can lead to frustration and anger. This can occur if a product or service does not perform as expected, delivery is delayed, or if there are discrepancies between what was advertised and what was delivered or received. So you make your way to the service desk and you let loose on the staff and say things like,
"This is unacceptable. I'm a frequent flyer. I have exclusive membership to the Captain's Lounge and I have a poodle."
And the staff member replies,
"Well, there's nothing I can do. I can't control the weather. You should have booked the flight yesterday. Oh, what's your poodle's name?"
And so the stages of anger begins. Customers, of course, may become enraged if they feel that their concerns are not being heard or understood. And when a customer service representative fails to empathize with their frustration or fail to address their issues adequately, it can escalate negative emotions.
The bottom line, if you had arrived before 7 o'clock at the check-in desk, you would have now been on the 7:30 flight.
And with that, the staff member looks at their watch and they notice that it's time for a little lunch. and begins to make their way to the staff cafeteria, leaving all the customers with unanswered questions like,
When is the next flight?
Do I get a refund?
Who can I sue?
what's your poodle's name? Finally, when customers feel ignored, dismissed, or belittled, it can intensify their frustration and potentially lead to hostile outbursts. And this can occur when their concerns are not taken seriously or when they are repeatedly redirected or passed between different representatives without resolution.
This has got to be the worst day that I've ever had here. Crazy.
It's important for all businesses to recognize these triggers and prioritize effective communication, empathy, and problem solving to address customer concerns promptly. By being professional and providing excellent customer service and actively listening to their customers, businesses can often de-escalate situations and work towards a positive resolution. Now, the last I heard is that Boo Boo was making his way to the coffee outlet to complain as he found dog hair in his lukewarm coffee.
Do this to me.